Alrighty, good morning everyone, and welcome to my stream. How's everyone today? Hope I find you well. We are halfway through this weird streaming week for me because it's a very short week. I'm getting an extra day off this week to celebrate my wife's birthday on Sunday. So to say that we're in the second half of the streaming week when we're only in the third day is kind of weird. But here we are, okay? Welcome everyone to the live stream, and of course those who listen on demand on YouTube as well to this pre-stream. For those listening on demand, or excuse me, those listening live, people commenting on some of the new songs and things that have been added into the rotation. As I said, there's a good, I think there's at least 7, if not more, new songs that have been added into the rotation for the music on the streams. Some of them are throwback songs that were always part of the music but got removed for various reasons when I made the shift from Twitch to YouTube about 3.5 months ago. Others are songs that have not been played in a very long time. For example, I just played the Weekend Preview theme, the full song, before I had ever edited it to be part of the Weekend Preview videos many years ago. Some of you might even say, what in the holy hell is the Weekend Preview? And, you know, you're right to even say that because I have not done the Weekend Preview in 2 or 3 years, I believe. Since I became a full-time streamer, I phased it out. I said, you don't need the Weekend Preview anymore. What it used to be is when I was a full-time YouTuber, and I primarily focused on on-demand videos, I needed a way to share my schedule with everyone and to kind of give a look into the future of that week, what videos I'd be putting out, what games I would be playing. And back then, since, again, I didn't have a live interaction with you guys on a daily basis, I would do a Weekend Preview video every Sunday that I would put out to explain what was coming up in that future week. I didn't have daily schedules that I posted on Twitter back then, nor did I have daily conversations with you guys live on the streams, so a lot of people had no idea what was coming up until the Weekend Preview came out. So it's kind of cool, honestly, to hear that throwback song, which has been not played on any of my content for like four years, I would argue, come back. That's pretty nice. And, you know, again, a lot of things that I did to kind of refresh things for the fall gaming season. The overlays have changed color from blue to red. We have the new music. We have some new animations here on the pre-stream. And we have a new membership goal for the month that is for a Halloween event coming up. In addition to all of that, we have flipped the tips goal rewards. Many of you who are here today possibly are here just to see the new game today. So maybe you haven't heard that in the last couple of days. I did actually flip the tip goal rewards. The way it works now is if we raise $50 in tips, I put on my Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, I put on a hat of your choice. All right? And then at $150, it's a vest. So we've rotated those around. It used to be a vest and then a hat. But in the month of August, people expressed concern, saying, man, we would really like to see the hats, but, you know, it's going to be rare when you hit the whole full 150. So it's kind of messed up that the hat is the highest goal. And we've seen the vests now for a year. We'd like something different. So I did flip those rewards, and people seem to like it. Last couple of days, you've seen the hat way more often than not. We've seen the cowboy hat, the military hat, the platinum tips hat. In particular, just over the last 2 days. So it's good stuff, and we're going to keep doing that for the rest of September and see what you guys like. Maybe it'll stay this way forever. Maybe we'll rotate back and forth every once in a while. I'm not sure what to do, honestly. We're going to test the waters and see how things go, okay? Anyway, guys, welcome to the stream. Today is Friday, the 3rd of September, 2021. I think everything is working well. The reason I say think is because YouTube had issues last night. I had uploaded all of yesterday's videos, which was my latest installment of Psychonauts 2 gameplay, and then my latest installment of Hades gameplay. And you guys didn't tell me anything about the videos not being normal or whatever, but YouTube had errors yesterday. Basically what happened is when you uploaded anything to YouTube yesterday, the video stuck in an endless loop of checking the video. When YouTube checks a video, what it essentially does is it's looking at that video for reasons why that video should not be monetized. Okay? For example, if it detects, whoa, what the hell? I tried to move the leaderboard and it shrunk. If it detects a ton of massive amounts of profanity, if it detects hateful content, if it detects excessive gore, if it basically detects anything that they feel that video should not be fully monetized, it demonetizes the video. And usually what happens is when I upload a video to YouTube, there's a questionnaire you have to fill out about what's the content of the video, blah, blah, blah. And you have to answer accurately. YouTube actually will judge if you answer that accurately versus what their automated algorithms find about your videos. Now, usually when you upload a video to YouTube, this takes maybe, no exaggeration, maybe 20, 30 minutes. And then YouTube says, okay, we checked it, it's all good. All the videos I uploaded yesterday all still say they're checking, which essentially means YouTube was broken yesterday. I hope YouTube is working today. From what I'm to see, those videos still have ads on them. So I think the videos are working. I think that YouTube just screwed up and has those videos in limbo, like, permanently. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with them, but I guess people aren't complaining. I guess you guys can watch the videos from yesterday, right? There hasn't been any issues viewing them. And that's all I really care about, all right? Just being honest here. I put out so many videos on YouTube that one day of gameplay being screwed up is not a huge issue anymore. DarzyX says, I uploaded a 40-second video last night to YouTube. It was checking it all night. I re-uploaded it, and now it works fine. So it sounds to me like, yeah, it sounds like YouTube's checking system was broken yesterday. And now, I'm glad you're saying it works fine. That means hopefully today all these videos will work. Because here's the thing. I'm in the middle of a playthrough of Psychonauts 2. I'm in the middle of a playthrough of Hades. Obviously, I want people to see the videos, and I want to make a little bit of ad revenue on those, right? But those are the middle of the playthrough. I'm not expecting sky-high views or anything like that. Today, I'm starting a new game, right? Today, we're doing Tormented Souls. A new game typically will get decent views on the first few parts. This is where I make most of my money on any kind of ad revenue on a playthrough. If YouTube screws up today and sticks these videos endlessly in checking and never removes it, I might never make any money on these videos, which is bullshit. So I hope that they do fix their stuff today, and I hope, again, that you guys can see the videos, because I have no control over that. I tried viewing the videos in, like, a different browser that was logged out, and it seemed like they were playing, and there was ads on them, and everything was working. So I hope everything's fine, okay? Hopefully, they fix everything, okay? Hopefully, they fix everything, and it's working today. Hopefully. Okay. So anyway, guys, welcome to Friday, the 3rd of September. What are we doing today? Something different. Today is a throwback. Today we are playing what's considered an old-school survival horror game called Tormented Souls. It is by a small-scale studio. The game is short. From all reports, you can beat it between 10 to 12 hours, depending on how well you do, and you get stuck on puzzles, or you die a lot, etc. Apparently, much like the original Resident Evil and Alone in the Dark games, the game has isometric views that are locked, so that basically, you know, you can't move the camera. It's just kind of stuck, and it adds to the suspense of the game. Apparently, there's limited ammo and the like. So, you know, kind of like old-school survival horror coming back. The game is a PS4 game, but does work on PS5. It's only $20 if you buy it digitally. For some really weird reason, if you try to buy a physical copy of this game, it's way more money. I can't even find it for cheaper than $35 online as a physical game. But if you just download it off PlayStation Network, it's $20. Figure that one out, right? Like, I keep saying that I really don't understand the whole physical disc concept, because the physical disc these days doesn't even have the game on it. You put it in your console, and it's like, okay, now I'm downloading the real game off the internet. So why you feel that you need a physical disc at this point, I have no idea. But I just find it funny that the game physically costs almost double for absolutely no good reason. Doesn't make any sense to me. Why anyone would pay $35 for this game, I have no idea. It's meant to be an old school throwback game to a game that's a very outdated formula, but at the same time, it's a formula that a lot of people really enjoyed from back in the day, retro vibe. And I just don't understand why you would spend more money. I just don't get it. Okay? So by the way, today I am wearing my Resident Evil shirt, which is very hard to see, but if I stand up, then you can see it. I've owned this shirt for over a decade. The Resident Evil zombie hands and the Resident Evil logo. I've worn this shirt, or at least tried to wear this shirt, pretty much for every major survival horror game that I have played in the last 10 years. And I always enjoy throwing it on for a special occasion, like the premiere of a new horror game. So I know you guys like when I play survival horror stuff. You guys tell me it's some of my best playthroughs because there's a tense feeling. A lot of people say I don't like playing survival horror games, but I enjoy watching Phil play them because he's the one in that position where he's going to get scared or whatever instead of me. So, I'm excited for today. Now, if the game really is 10 to 12 hours long, probably means that we'll beat it within the week, which is a good thing because I don't want to have big lingering playthroughs when the new releases start to hit later this week, which we're going to talk about in a moment because the new releases are right around the corner, okay? So, I'm excited for this 3 hours of Tormented Souls here on the stream. I hope you guys will join me for the new release fun, and we'll see if it's any good, okay? Later tonight, as per usual on Friday nights, it is my weekly throwback late night session of Street Fighter Fun, where I play old school Street Fighter for 2 hours, and I answer questions and or relay information to you guys about the oldies that I grew up in arcades playing. And I certainly hope you'll join me for that. It's usually a pretty good time, you know, albeit there's lag and there's trolls and the like, but it's usually a really good retro session, especially if you want to hear about the history of Street Fighter and or learn knowledge about these older games. It's a good opportunity for you to do so. Now, since we've implemented the hats on streams for the past 2.5 weeks, not once have we actually seen me wear the M. Bison style military hat during a Street Fighter stream. I know that's weird because that's kind of the reason why I bought the hat. I was like, gee, if I buy a hat that looks like M. Bison's hat, right? People will want to see me wear said hat while playing with M. Bison. There it is. This is M. Bison's hat, albeit not the right color, but it looks just like M. Bison's hat, right? So I got it. I'm thinking, oh, during Street Fighter, people would love to see me pick M. Bison and go on win streaks with M. Bison while wearing this hat. It just hasn't happened. All right? Maybe it will tonight. I guess we'll see how things go on the late stream, especially because now I've rotated the goals around to make it way easier to obtain the hat during a stream, because that's the $100 goal. So, hopefully, you guys will join me later tonight for the stream, and we will have some fun with Street Fighter. Okay? Now, tomorrow I'm going to wear, let's try this again. Tomorrow I'm going to play another stream of Tormented Souls, so we'll get 2 streams of this game in within the first couple of days that I'm playing it. 6+ hours of gameplay. We'll be halfway through the game at least by then. And then tomorrow night is my weekly late night session of Microsoft Flight Simulator, where we fly all around the world. We check out all kinds of fun locations, you know, per your requests. And honestly, I don't know what we're doing next week or this week, because last week's top contributor never contacted me to request a place to go. So since they never contacted me and said, hey, I want to go here, really we're wide open for this week's Microsoft Flight Sim stream. So I would ask you guys, please start getting ideas of places that you would like to go and hang out, so that we can have some fun together tomorrow. Chill fun, okay? Good stuff. I'm off from streaming on Sunday. On Sunday, I will be spending the entire day with my wife, having fun and celebrating her birthday. She deserves it. This year, oh my God, this year's been a very stressful year behind the scenes for us. My wife working her butt off behind the scenes to make ends meet and to help out with paying stuff around here. And she deserves a nice day off to celebrate her birthday, so we'll be doing that on Sunday, okay? I return on Monday for a 3 more day streaming week. I know that sounds weird, but it's really not a streaming week. What it is I'm just taking an extra day off in the middle of what would have been my normal streaming week, okay? So when I return on Monday, it's going to be the continuation of Psychonauts 2 on the main gameplay stream. I'm getting conflicting reports on how much is left in Psychonauts 2, because at this point I believe I'm 13 hours in. Now, some people are saying the game is only about 18 to 20 hours long, so 2 more streams and I'll beat it. Then someone told me last night, oh no, the end game of the game is incredibly long. It'll take you like 2-3 streams just to beat the end game. So you got like 4 more streams, another 12 hours of gameplay. And I'm like, what? Like, that's completely opposite what other people are telling me. But this is what happens when I play new releases. No one can agree on how long the game is, and I get completely conflicting reports. Okay? So, on Monday, we'll be doing another major stream of Psychonauts 2 and see how far we get. Okay? Monday night, I'm going to be continuing on with my Hades playthrough. For those who were here last night, thank you, because that was a great stream. For those who weren't, man, last night did not go as I had planned. I originally had what I thought was a really great build. Okay? But what ended up happening was that build was good only for the first world. Once I got to the second and third worlds, all of the shortcomings of that build were exposed, and I got my ass handed to me and lost miserably. I ended up switching weapons, and now I'm trying out the bow, which I particularly am enjoying, but again, I don't know how good the bow is going to be in the long term, so I guess we're going to see. But yeah, more Hades continuing on Monday night when I return, okay? On Tuesday, it's Sonic Colors Ultimate premiering on the first gameplay stream. It's a new release. That is a re-release, admittedly. Sonic Colors, for those who don't remember, was a game released over a decade ago exclusively on the Nintendo Wii. It never got really ported anywhere else, so if you didn't have a Wii at the time, you never played it. It actually was a very good game. I remember playing it. It was the first 3D Sonic game that I had ever played since Sonic Adventure 1 on the Dreamcast, which was basically 10 years before, okay? Being that it was the only Sonic game I ever played, I actually loved it. I mean, it definitely had a more kid-friendly vibe, a little bit more cartoony, but it actually had great gameplay mechanics, really good visuals for the Wii in particular, and great music as well. So I actually really loved the game. I remember it not being very long, but being pretty entertaining. So they finally remade it for modern audiences, and I'm sure these graphics now are going to be outstanding on modern consoles. So I'm going to check that out on Tuesday when it first comes out, okay? Tuesday night, we'll continue on with the Tormented Souls playthrough on a late night stream. And then on Wednesday, which technically is the real final streaming day of my coming week, I'm either going to do more Sonic Colors Ultimate or more Psychonauts 2 on the first stream, and then I'm either going to do more Tormented Souls or another session of Hades on the late stream. I'm leaving it completely open so that we can just judge for ourselves what we want to do. Okay? Now, all that being said, we are on the cusp of non-stop new releases, and what I mean by that is when I get back later on this week, or later on next week, I should say, we've got the premiere of Life is Strange True Colors. We got the premiere of Deathloop coming up. Okay? After that, we got the premiere of Kena Bridge of Spirits and Lost Judgment. So we've got a lot of new release stuff coming up this month in particular. That's going to be very different from the past couple of months where everything was kind of slow and nothing going on. It's going to be the opposite in a very short period of time. So this is kind of like the final week where it's kind of downtime stuff, finishing up ongoing stuff, doing a little bit of filler stuff with Sonic Colors, because obviously it's not a true new release. You know, finally the new release stuff is coming within the next week, so you got to be a little bit more patient. For those of you who are like, man, when's people playing true new releases? When are the big games truly coming out? They are right around the corner, okay? They are right around the corner. And I hope that that sounds good to you, and I hope that you guys are excited for all the new stuff that will be coming out in the month of September, okay? Now, I have a correction to make, all right? I have a big correction to make. I apologize profusely for my mistake. Last night, on the Hades stream, I announced that we had hit 250 memberships here on the channel, which was the record, the most we had ever had at one time here on DSPGaming. And I announced that because of that, as a result of that, we were unlocking a new emote slot. And I was asking people for feedback on what emote you guys would like to see, since I was going to be able to unlock it overnight. I got some feedback. One person said, why am I toxic? And other people were like, well, what other emotes are available? And I'm like, well, honestly, I don't know. I'd have to go look and see what's in my folder. But I actually made a list of emotes a few months ago. And hold on a second, because I'm going to grab that list of emotes for you guys. Okay. So, of the emotes that we currently do have and don't have, here's the ones that I know that I have that I can bring back. So we have the Call of Duty emote where I'm dressed up like a military guy. We've got the death emote where it's me with the X's over my eyes like I died in a game. The frog emote. I don't think we've added any frog emotes, right? Like none of the frog emotes are currently in the chat. And the frog used to be a running meme that kind of died when the frog emotes died when I moved over here. So I could bring back a frog emote. The DSP shot emote, which is me holding a gun, this was actually added during Red Dead Redemption, and then it was removed. So we could add back a gun emote. I think, there's the, well, see, this one made sense. Sub-hype, like, why on earth would we have a sub-hype emote when it's member hype, right? If someone were to redo the sub-hype emote to be member hype, I would add that. But obviously, it doesn't make sense because there's no subs here. There's members. You see, that one didn't make sense to re-add it at all. There's the Rasta emote, which is me with the Rastafarian hat on. This was one that previously only people who had been long-standing members. I forget what it was. I think you had to be like either a sub for a certain amount of time, or you had to have contributed a certain amount. You would unlock that exclusive emote. So that emote would be available. There's also me that's kind of a black and white silhouette, and people had said that was kind of a Kappa emote for me. But of course, Kappa is a running meme on Twitch. It's not necessarily a running meme here on YouTube. And I don't know if you guys would really care too much about that one. Now, we also had the DSP audit emote, and this was the one where I was inspecting a tip to see if it was a verified tip, but that's kind of gone away. Like I've told you guys, really, I don't have that many problems with tips anymore. Yes, I do still have some every once in a while. Some asshole tries to charge back, and then I deal with it behind the scenes. But in particular, it's not a giant running deal anymore, so I really don't sit here auditing tips on the fly anymore, especially since I moved over to YouTube. So really, I don't think that one would make too much sense. What I would say is why am I toxic? The DSP Call of Duty emote, the death emote, the frog emote, the shot emote, which is the gun, or the Rasta emote would probably be the best choices at this point. Now, there was also me holding the PS5 controller, and I don't think that one's been re-added, right? I'm taking a look now. No. So there was one. Oh, wait a minute. The shot emote is here. Oh, crap. Never mind. I didn't realize I had already re-added the gun emote. It's actually in there. My bad. I think there's a different one, but there is one of me holding a PS5 controller. That one was added last year when I was getting my PS5. And so it was a relatively new emote that a lot of people don't even remember exists because it was only there for a few months, and then I left Twitch. So we could do that one as well. So I would say the PS5, the Rasta, the frog emote, the death emote, and the Call of Duty emote would be like the biggest ones. Plus, why am I toxic? So those are the ones there. Again, unless someone wants to design a new emote. If someone wanted to design, say, a member hype emote instead of the sub hype emote, right? That would be cool. Okay, you're right. Local Nomad said, I think you're referencing a different emote altogether. DSP shot is me taking a shot from a shot glass. That's what that one is. You're absolutely right. Because I called the gun DSP revolver, and I called that one shot, like taking a shot. You're absolutely right, Local Nomad. Good thinking. I'm also missing DSP Cozy. All right, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. All right. I'm glad we're talking about this today, guys. Let me grab a pen, and I'm going to write down the real ones here. So, let's write down the correct emotes, all right, so that we have the right ones. So, shot, which is shot glass. Rasta. Why am I toxic? Cozy. Call of Duty. Controller, right, which would be the PS5. I'm going to say controller. And then PS5 in parentheses, so I remember what that is. Let's see. Death, that's the one with the X's on my eyes, like I died. Oh, frog, definitely a frog emote. And I think I might even have two different versions of a frog emote that I can add. But then again, I really feel like the frog, I really do feel like the frog meme died. You know what I mean? I'll put audit on here, but I don't think that the audit emote applies anymore because I don't audit tips anymore. Much like, remember, we had the bottle crunch emote, and then I started drinking filtered water because of COVID, so the bottle crunch didn't make sense anymore either, right? Okay. So here's what I got. The shot glass, the Rasta emote, Why Am I Toxic, Cozy, Call of Duty, the PS5 controller, Death, the frog, and the audit. That's the ones I have so far. Oh, you know what other one? Dab, But the problem with the dab emote, is that it's a two-parter. The dab emote is left and right. And people were saying, oh, add the dab emote. I can, but if I add the dab emote, I would have to add one side first, and then we would have to hit another milestone. And that milestone would have to be the second emote, you see. Oh, you're absolutely right. There's also DSP Devour. That's one too. Let me write that one down. DSP Devour, and that was when I was eating the papadilla sandwich from last year. Remember the papadilla? So that's another option. Yeah. Okay. Now, if anyone wanted to add new emotes, that's also available if you guys design them. Again, I have zero graphical design capabilities. So if someone wanted to make some new emotes, like for example, someone has me in the new hats and stuff, that's okay. That would be cool for me, but we actually have to get, someone to make that. I don't have that ability. If you would ever like to make fan art or emotes, you can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com, or I recommend before you do that, email me without the thing attached and say, hey, I'd like to make a piece of fan art, or I'd like to make an emote. Can I send it? And if I say yes, then do it. Because if you just send it, it might hit my spam and I'll never see it. But if you send me the heads up email, now I know it's coming and I can check my spam folder to see. Because some people actually did that. They just sent me artwork, and then like a month later, they're like, man, I'm really sad you didn't use my art. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I go check it, and there it is. I'm like, son of a bitch. I didn't know. It was in my spam folder. Okay. So there you go. So if anyone would like to, out of the kindness of their heart, and would like to donate an emote for use on the streams, I'm more than happy to review and accept certain emotes if I think they're good. So right now the options would be Shot Glass, Rasta, Why Am I Toxic, Cozy, Call of Duty, the PS5 controller, Death, the Frog, Audit, Dab left and right, which I'd have to start with left and then go to right, or Devour. Those would be all the options that are currently available, all right, for the stream once we hit 250, which we very well could hit today because we only need one more, right? We need one more member, and we've hit the milestone, and we unlock the emote spot. Okay? Cool. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, let me go put this back at the desk, and then we'll continue on here. Thank you guys for the feedback. That's immensely useful to realize, what we still got that we can use on the stream, because I have all of those readily available. Okay. Okay. Cool. Ah. Oh. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an independent content creator. That means I don't have any partnerships or sponsorships with anyone to make stuff. I basically do what I love, which is sharing daily gameplay with all of you, my honest reactions to games, and fun, interactive commentary with my audience. I don't pull any punches. I am completely honest and open with my opinions on games because I don't have any obligation to do otherwise, because I'm not being paid by anyone to shill a product, okay? I've done this for 13 years, and I've been a full-time streamer for over 4 years. People love this style. If they didn't, they wouldn't support it. People say it's refreshing and different to get honesty out of someone like this, okay? And yes, I'm absolutely happy to be here every day, hanging out with you guys, having fun. Gaming is both my passion and my hobby, as well as my job. I, made videos on YouTube before I ever monetized them for several years. I love this, guys. I really do. And I want to say thank you for supporting me and allowing me to be this kind of content creator, to do what I love for a living. I understand how rare it is that people get to do that, and I am incredibly lucky to be able to do that. So thank you in advance to anyone who wants to support this stream, because quite matter of factly, your crowdfunding support is how I make my living. All right, even though I do have minimal ad revenue on some videos that I post up on DSPGaming on YouTube every day, it is your crowdfunding during the streams that allows me to make a living doing this, and I really appreciate that. So if you love what I do and you like the fact that I tough it through all the hardships and everything, and I'm still here, and I still chill with you every day, and if you want to support my efforts to continue to do that, here's how you can do so. First thing you can do is become a channel member. right? When you become a channel member, you get so many benefits, including a highlighted name in chat, including getting your chat crown badge to show how long you've actually been a channel supporter. In addition to that, you don't have to abide by slow mode rules here on YouTube. You can just talk as much as you want without any limitations, and you get access to all of my emotes. Right now we have 19. When we hit 250 members, we'll have 20, and then we'll continue to grow with more and more emotes depending on how many more members I get, okay? It's pretty awesome. Now, in particular this month, we have a monthly goal that we're trying to hit of 260 members. If we hit 260 concurrent members during the month of September, we are locking in a Halloween marathon style event. During said event, you guys will have nominated and voted on games for me to play. Some could be horror themed, some could not be. It all depends on what you guys want to see during the event. And I'm sure there's going to be a variety of stuff you guys will likely pick for me to play. In addition, during this event, I'll be dressed up in a Halloween costume for the entirety of the marathon, as I always do. And there will be a live edition of Feasting with the King, my show where I try out a kind of cuisine that I'm not familiar with for the very first time, and I rate the cuisine, and we eat multiple courses, and we have a big meal together. It's a good fucking fun social show, and I can't wait to do the next episode on Halloween. It's going to be very exciting, okay? So I hope you guys will consider becoming a member if you have not. Now, if we hit the 260 members goal this month, which is very likely, there's a tier 2 goal. And that goal will essentially be that you guys, if we hit it, will be able to vote on the costume that I'm going to wear for Halloween. I'm going to have categories set up based on the kind of costumes that I find, because right now, my wife, I forgot to tell you guys about this. On Tuesday, my wife and I went out, and right now there's only one Halloween store that is opened, but it literally just opened, and there's almost nothing in there. We went in there, and they're like, yeah, we literally just opened our doors. The stock is just starting to come in. Within the next few weeks, this store will fill wall to wall with costumes and accessories, but right now it's very bare bones what they have in there. So, you know, we're walking around, we're looking, we're like, okay, you know, very narrow ideas of what we could do at this point until, you know, more shows up. So, over the next several weeks to month, Kat and I will be going out and looking at costumes all over to get ideas, and once we have an idea of maybe several options, I can set up categories of costumes, and you guys can vote on the category, and based on what you vote on, that'll determine the kind of costume I get. But, that would be a tier 2 membership reward goal. We got to get to the tier 1 first, and actually make the event happen, okay? Sounds good? Alright, so there you go. That's the deal for this month. Every single year I do goals based on Halloween. We have hit them for 6 straight years. Every year I've done a Halloween event. Every single year. I was a Ghostbuster. I was Deadpool. I was Ezio Auditore. I was Bob Ross. I was Yoshi. And then last year I was Colonel Sanders. So 6 straight years. Every year we've had a fun Halloween event. And I hope that we'll have another one this year. Alright? Good stuff. Okay, now, in addition to being a member, another way you can support the channel is a super chat or a super sticker. These are ways that you can contribute through YouTube itself, and you get a highlighted message in the chat if you do so. The best way and preferred way to support the streams is by tipping me. When you tip me, those are funds that I get right away. Those are also funds that I can immediately put towards something important because I get it right away. Plus, I get a bigger cut out of tips usually than all the other methods. Now, by the way, I'm not saying that memberships and super chats and super stickers aren't important. They absolutely are. As I grow this channel, and as I try to make this channel as big as my Twitch channel was, as those amounts of support are increasing every month, that's going to allow me to have more consistent monthly income. You see, while the tips are kind of daily fluctuating, if I have a good amount of memberships and a good amount of kind of super chat, super stickers coming in and recurring, those help me out in the long term, all right? So everything is important, but being that tips are so important right now, please consider tipping me if you can. How do you tip? If you look at the description of the stream, there's a link you can click on, or you could just type ! Tip into the stream chat, and the bot will post up a link for you. Or you can click on that, and then you can tip via that, okay? Now, since tips are so important, we have rewards goals in effect for tipping. For example, if we raise $50 in tips, I'll put on my pair of Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, you guys will vote on the type of hat that I will wear. Today, we're just going to reset all the hats. So the hats available today are the digital camo, the military style, the camo buoy style hat, or the platinum tips hair hat. All right? All those are available for today. Awesome. Now, if we raise the full tips goal of $150 today, I will put on a vest of your choice, and once again, all the most popular vests are available today, including the red, the platinum, the denim, and the gold. All right? So, all the rewards, all your favorite rewards in effect, and I hope you guys will consider contributing if you can. Thank you in advance for any kind of contribution on this stream. I really appreciate it. Again, this is what keeps me going, and I am very appreciative of everything that you guys do to keep these streams in operation. All right? Now, as of recently, I don't know if it's just trolling or genuine curiosity, but a couple people have been asking the question, why doesn't Phil have a running Super Chats reward goal? Right? A lot of people say, I don't understand. I just Super Chat, but he doesn't add it to a running tally. Why doesn't he do that? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Since people asked the question, I'll answer it. Right now, my business model is very dependent on tips. If I didn't make tips, I can't pay my bills. I'm just being honest here. I don't make enough via memberships and Super Chats to pay my bills. I just don't. I need tips on a daily basis to make ends meet, okay? Now, in the long term, if this channel continues to grow and I can get this channel back up to the level it was when it was on Twitch or bigger, then it is very possible that I will make enough via memberships and Super Chats to pay all my bills, in which case I don't need to worry about tips. Tips will just be a little bit extra, but that's not what it is right now. Right now, daily tips are essential for me to be able to afford paying bills and the like, you see? So if I were to say, oh, let's focus on Super Chats, well, that's going to take emphasis off of tips. If I don't make tips, I can't pay anything. Because the Super Chats I don't get paid for a month to a month and a half, while the tips I get right now. You see the difference? It's a huge difference when it comes to processing time. So that's the deal. Here's the thing. I really feel that eventually, places like YouTube and Twitch shouldn't have that processing time. They should just pay out immediately, just like tips. But they don't. When they change their model eventually, then it wouldn't be a big deal, and everything would be great. But it is what it is, right? Is that true, Chef Venus? Chef Venus just noticed something, and I'm curious. I'm going to check for myself. Let's see if he's right. He is right. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in years and years and years, subscriptions on this channel are consistently growing. As I've told you, I never really had any increase in subscriptions over the years because, I wasn't focusing on my YouTube channel at all. This channel was just an archive of the live streams. So the Twitch channel was getting more and more followers, but this channel was kind of falling into disrepair and just stagnant. Well, now, since I am now a full-time streamer here on YouTube, we have gotten more and more, and now we've gone up another 1,000. We're up to 193,000 subscribers and growing. That is awesome. I would love to finally, after like a decade of stagnation, hit 200,000 subscribers. That would actually be like really positive and fun if we could do that. Especially if we could do that. Imagine we could do that by the end of this year. I would try to make that like a stretch goal. Let's hit 200,000 subs here on DSPGaming by the end of 2021. Right? If we could start 2022 with 200,000 subscribers, that would be absolutely tremendous. That would be like, wow, people really adjusted and adopted to me being on YouTube full time. That would feel great, man. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can do it. All right? I don't know if we can do it. But the thing is, if people want to chat in the stream chat, they have to be a subscriber. It's a subscriber-only mode, all right? So hopefully we will do it. Hopefully we will do it by the end of the year. I'm hoping, especially with all the new releases coming out in the next few months, that's going to bring bigger amount of viewers to the streams and more people who are going to want to sub so they can talk. So hopefully we'll get those few thousand, bring them in and do it by the end of the year. Let's try it. Let's see what we can do. Let's talk about this every day. Let's push for it. If you're on the stream right now and you cannot chat because you're not subscribed, what is stopping you from pushing the subscribe button? Because you could turn off notifications if that's an issue. You don't have to get spammed by notifications. By the way, I don't stream that much anyway. I stream twice a day. I only upload a few videos a day. It's not like I'm going to cram your inbox with a bunch of crap like, 5-10 years ago when I used to upload 30 videos a day. Now I do like 5. So it's a very different situation. Okay? Sound good? All right. That's awesome. All right, guys. So anyway, hopefully I've answered all your questions. And now, it is time to give shout-outs for those who've contributed so far during this stream. Okay? All right, let's do it. So we start off with YouTube contributions. The first YouTube side contribution today was from The Dirty Troll, who did a super chat and said, the Carls are my favorite invasive species. Well, the Carls are certainly nothing unique. The Carls are just the next flavor of the month fad here on the stream. At one point, we had a bunch of Baby Man Gamings. At one point, we had a bunch of Froggas. And now we got the Carls. So it's just the next fad that everyone jumps on, the next bandwagon. And I'm sure soon we will have a bunch of Eddies, and maybe next up it'll be like, I don't know, Eagles or something. Who knows? People just jump on these crazy bandwagons. I don't know why. I guess some people just like to jump onto something that they think is a silly meme, which is fine with me as long as it doesn't derail the stream. I don't mind having mature Carl, Tropic Carl, homosexual Carl, Snow Carl. Who else? Kato Carl. I don't mind having all these Carls in the chat. It's okay. I'm okay with that. As long as you guys don't take it to the extreme and completely derail my chat. I really don't mind. Go ahead and have fun. Be silly. It doesn't bother me when you guys are being silly. Alright? Just please don't derail the stream. And you guys know we use common sense here. Okay? Sound good? Alright. Cool. Based Otto has done a super chat and says, Swaggy is a bum. Wow. Wow. Based Otto. Wow, those super harsh words, man. Like, wow. I can't believe the audacity of this person to say that Swaggy is a bum on my stream publicly. Wow. Whoa. Holy mackerel. My jaw has dropped, hit the floor, and my teeth ripped out of my jaw and launched into the ceiling. With your, wow, this guy has huge cojones. Giant cojones. All right. Well, congratulations, Based Otto. You got your moment in the sun. Very nice. Now we move on to those who've tipped so far today. We start off with Really Wet Cheese, who tipped me $2, said, how are you? Any hats today? Maybe the military one? Maybe. We have to see how today goes. As you know, it is a reward for tips, and the reward is at $100 level, so you got the tipping started with a $2 tip, and I appreciate that. Really Wet Cheese. The only really wet cheese I'm aware of is like, isn't ricotta cheese like wet? Or cottage cheese is kind of wet, right? I used to also, when I worked at the health food store that I worked at when I was in a teenager, we used to have feta cheese, and feta cheese would come in this plastic tub, and you would open it up, and it would actually be in this brine, this salty brine, and you'd have to drain the brine, take the cheese out of the tub, and chop it into cubes, and it was, it remained kind of moist, but it definitely would start to dry up, over time. So I'm trying to think if there's any other, like, cheese that's made to be... I guess some of those cheeses, like Gruyere... Isn't Gruyere, like, meant to be liquidy? I don't know. I'm not a cheese expert. As you can tell, I don't know much about it. Maybe if I lived in France, I'd know about the stinky cheeses, and I would be able to answer your questions about this. But anyway, Really Wet Cheese, thank you for the $2 tip. Snow Carl to the $1.50 says, I have an idea. How about we host a competition where everyone can compete on who makes the best emote? We make it the next one when we reach 250 members. You could offer a small prize of $50 to $100. All right, let me think about that for one brief second. No! What is the point? Just think about this. What is the point? I gotta love this. What is the point of having a members goal? Guys, please support the channel. All right? Please support it by becoming a member. Oh, then I spend all the money that I raised with the memberships to buy an emote. Then why did I do it? Like, oh my, what? Why did I bother? Right? Spend it all. You guys got to understand something. A membership here on YouTube costs $3.99. I get about between $2 and $2.50 per membership. So if I spend $100 on an emote, I just blew 50 memberships. Yeah. Anyway, I don't even know why I entertain some of this stuff. I just don't know why I do. Okay? Snow Carl did another tip, and he's asking what I got for Kat's birthday. And then he's criticizing dinner out and blah, 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 blah. All right, Snow Carl, here's the thing. Number one, it's none of your business. Number two, it's none of your business. And number three, now this one is actually the most important of all, so I hope you're really listening. It's none of your business. Really? What my wife and I do behind closed doors is none of your fucking business. Alrighty then. Swagnito, actually Swagonito, has tipped me $20 and says, hey Phil, did you do any research on the game? What's it about? I see a female protagonist, which is neat. I don't know too much about it. Like I said, the plot and everything is completely foreign to me. What I do know is that the game was meant to be an homage to classic survival horror. Fixed camera angles, limited ammo, puzzles that can be challenging and cryptic. You know, think Resident Evil 1 the first time you ever played it. Or games like Alone in the Dark that have like ongoing psychological horror. That's basically what the game is supposed to be. I don't know if it's great or not. The game was only 20 bucks. So it's not like it was a giant investment. And if it sucks ass, I'm going to be so frustrated or disappointed. I purposely tried to stay away from any kind of spoilers or anything in regards to that, because I wanted it to feel really genuine first time I'm playing it. Not, oh, I read up on the game and now I know everything that's going to happen, you know. I'm under the impression it will play like classic Resident Evil, and that's all I'm really going into it knowing. Okay? Fair enough. Also, I have another update for Snow Carl. None of your business! Mind your own business. Yikes. Okay. I swear. Obviously, guys, I'm being silly and over the top and joking. But the point that I'm making here is you got to understand. My personal life is my personal life. If I tell you guys the reason why I'm taking an extra day off this week, you should respect that. You shouldn't then try to get every fucking detail. Like, all right, Phil, so you're taking an extra day off to be with your wife. Give me the agenda of what you're doing all day long from start to finish. What time will you be waking up? Will you be showering in the morning? Will you have breakfast and brush your teeth before you leave? How many times will you kiss your wife before you leave the house? Will you hold her hand when you're driving around that day? Where are you going? Are you going shopping? Are you going out to eat? Are you going to the zoo? Are you going to, you know what I mean? Like, are you going to the mall? Like, geez. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's my own private life, dude. If I wanted to tell you every moment of what we're doing in our agenda, I would. But as you guys know, I can't do that. You guys know that, sadly, there's a bunch of stalker idiots on the internet who go after every little thing that I do. And if I even gave you an inkling of what we were actually trying to do here on our day off, that people would likely try to ruin it for us. You know that. Come on, use your common sense. Use your head. Oh, wait a minute. I just said it. I said common sense and use your head. And I forget we're in 2021 and 90% of the population apparently doesn't have it. And that's why we get crazy intrusive questions and comments and things like that. People just want to know everything about everything, right? Well, guess what? No, you cannot know about every aspect of my life at all. All right? You just can't. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Okay? All right. Grass has tipped me $1.50 and says, why not lower the price of Tier 1 memberships to $2.99? That would bring down the barrier of entry to a bit and lead to a more broadened viewer base. Because Grass, I'll be honest with you. I'll give you an honest take on here, all right? Because a lot of people don't know this, so allow me to explain. When I jumped from Twitch to YouTube, all right, YouTube gives you more flexibility with the amounts of like crowdfunding things you can do. And for example, on YouTube, with the membership tiers, you can have multiple tiers just like you had on Twitch, but you actually have the ability to price the tiers out however you want, all right? I can have a tier lower than what I have right now and tiers higher than what I have right now, and I can custom price those tiers. Now, there's recommendations. Like, it'll say, oh, we recommend the standard tier is $4.99. We recommend tier 2 is like $10, and we recommend tier 3 is like $20 or something like that. I don't even know exactly what the tiers are. All right, but there was recommendations that were already set up there, and then you have to go out of your way if you want to change those to price them out differently. From what I'm to understand, most people who stream full-time on YouTube left the tiers alone and just leave the defaults. So to become a member, it's $5. To be a tier 2, it's like $10. Like, they just leave it as is. They don't really mess with it. Some people have actually completely changed and altered and created a million tiers. So there's like a $1, a $2, a $5, a $7, a $10, a $12, a $15. I would argue that those kind of tiers are more like a Patreon, where, oh, I have a Patreon and you're going to support me on Patreon. There's different tier levels you can support. That's pretty much what the membership levels are. But I'm not doing that. You guys know that. We're not doing like little things here and there in regards to the levels of membership. It's just basically, you're a member, you get access to all the basic stuff. If you want to do a higher membership tier, by all means, please do. Those help me more. But I don't have any really other things to give away as incentive or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's basically, you get everything from the get-go when you become a member. Now, when I came from Twitch to YouTube and I saw that the membership was $4.99, I looked at it and I was like, now wait a minute. On Twitch, the membership was $4.99. But on Twitch, admittedly, there was a few extra options. I mean, the big option everyone mentions is that on Twitch, those emotes that you unlock when you become a member can be used on anyone's channel on Twitch. So you could go, if you're a member of my channel on Twitch, or excuse me, they call it a subscriber, right? If you were that over on Twitch, you could go to someone else's channel and use my emotes there. And some people literally did that just to do that. They wanted to go to another streamer's streams and use my face and do silly emotes there. All right? That's something you cannot do on YouTube. And knowing that that was a major loss, I didn't feel like the value was there to charge everyone the full $4.99 that they'd been being charged over on Twitch. It didn't make sense. In addition to that, I knew that when you go from one business to another, like you go from YouTube to a different video sharing website, or you go from Twitch to another streaming website, it's hard to get people to make the jump. People don't like change. They like coming and having consistency and having the same exact thing every single day. If all of a sudden I'm now asking you to make an active leap from one business to another with all these changes that are going to be implemented, it could be scary, it could be frustrating, and a lot of people say, I'm not going to do it. So to incentivize people to not only come over to my YouTube channel, but to get that membership, I made it cheaper by $1, okay? Now, admittedly, I'm not making as much. I'm being honest here. I made about $2.50 on a membership over on Twitch, and from what I'm to understand, I make between $2 and $2.50 here on YouTube per membership, but it's not as much. It's slightly less. Not that it's a ginormous difference, but there's definitely a difference. I took a small hit to lower the cost of memberships here on YouTube. All right? And arguably, the people who become members aren't complaining. They like the membership program. But you can see a definitive difference. A definitive difference between the amount of members that I have here and the amount of subscribers I had over on Twitch. On Twitch, I had upwards of just normal paying subscribers was between 400 to 600 a month. Then you had people who had their Twitch Prime subscriptions, and then you had gifted subscriptions. So I was at one point 900 plus, right? I come over here, I can't even push 250, okay? Even though they're cheaper, I can't push 250. It is what it is. Like I told you guys, I feel that over time, more people will get used to me being here and want to join the streams and become a channel member, especially with these new games coming out in the fall. Traditionally, I get a spike in attention. People want to see me play the new releases, and they'll want to be able to have the emotes. They'll want to be able to chat as much as they want, etc., while these new releases are out. So I think we will get an increase in the next few months. But if I were to lower the price of memberships, like let's say this grass is suggesting to $2.99, that's another $1 per membership out of my pocket a month. So just think of it this way. Right now we're at $2.50. If I were to reduce the cost to $2.99, I just lost $250 that I would have made this month. How do I make up for that? I would need, do the math, 100 more memberships. Think about that. I would need 100 more memberships to make up for the $1 loss per membership that I have right now. Do you think we're going to get do you think as a result of me lowering the cost of a membership from $3.99 to $2.99 that all of a sudden we're immediately going to get 100 new members? Because I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't. I think that what's going to happen is we're going to have slow growth. So would it maybe in the short term maybe I'd get 10, 20 new people to jump on and I would lose money, you know? It's very similar to when people make the suggestion, Phil, if finances are tight, why don't you quit being a full-time streamer and get a part-time job to supplement what you're doing on your streams and then do this as part-time? Well, because I make more money on a stream now than I would working all day at a part-time job. Even with minimum wages being what they are out here in Washington, which are quite high compared to the rest of the country. If I worked, 7-8 hour day, minimum wage job, I make more money usually on a stream than that. So why would I take myself out of a position where I'm making more to make less? It doesn't make sense. It's the dumbest decision you could possibly make. But people think that, if you just lower the cost of membership, immediately you're going to make that up. Wrong. If you just jump from being the uncertain streamer and go to a nice stable job over here in retail or whatever, you'll be fine. Wrong. These are just incorrect assumptions based on prejudices, based on biases, and based on foolish, irrational thought. There's no factual basis for people saying this stuff. Maybe it benefits this particular person if I lower the cost of the membership $1 because they'll jump on and get it. That doesn't mean 100 people are going to get it overnight, and that means immediately a hit to my business, which I can't take. Right now, I need as much support as possible. I can't be taking hits to my business. Now, here's the thing. Let's say by the end of 2021, okay? By the end of 2021, things are good. Memberships are up. Memberships are up by 200, right? We've doubled the memberships, maybe, by the end of the year because all the hot new releases brought in people who wanted to support the streams, right? Now I'm making so much more. If I wanted to lower the cost of memberships, then I could do it. You can't just do it and take a giant hit and just hope for the best that you're going to make that back up. That's not how business works. It's just not. If you have the cushioning to do it, you can make those kind of moves. If you have the cushioning. I don't have any cushioning. I have to make ends meet. I'm barely making ends meet as is. I can't be dealing with taking a giant hit on a whim, on an experiment to hope that something works. You see what I'm saying? Maybe one day I'll be able to do that. Maybe one day I'll have that flexibility. I don't have that flexibility right now. Okay? And by the way, Grass, please don't take this as anything being like I'm shooting you down or I'm not offended whatsoever by your suggestion. I think it was actually a great question. I'm happy you asked it because I was able to elaborate in an intelligent manner what's going on here and why I can't really, do that stuff, Okay? Fair enough? Okay. Cool. And that's correct, I Heart Darts. That was not a rant. That was just me factually and calmly explaining the situation. But idiots actually think that's a rant. Now allow me to explain the difference. You ready? Someone who has a brain in their head says, someone on stream is actually taking time out from their stream to explain a point or to discuss something that someone asked. Someone who is an immature, really drama queen person, like someone who just wants to, in their head, everything is drama, would literally say that segment of 5 minutes that I spent explaining is a rant. That's not a rant. Do you even understand what a rant is? Seriously, does anyone actually understand the definition of rant? Here you go. Chasing Cinema Essay says, to pronounce or speak or shout at length in a wild and impassioned way. Did I ever raise my voice? Was I crazily impassioned and going on a giant extended, No. It was me explaining the situation very factually, rationally, and answering a question. If you think that's a rant, you're a fucking idiot. You are a drama queen idiot who spins anything into something for personal gain. Well, if I claim that something was over dramatic and full of ranting drama and someone lost control and really lost it to talk about something on a stream, I'll get drama views on my video on YouTube that slanders that person, right? People are just dumb. I mean, seriously, you are dumb. You're the lowest level of intelligence. If you like that kind of content and everything on this planet is dramatic to you, you need to get a fucking life, man. Us mature adults don't fucking want drama, man. We don't care about that. We just want to have a good time and relax. We want the opposite. We don't want to create drama and tenseness and stress. We just want to have a good time, man. Sit back, relax, enjoy a video game, have fun, laugh, have fun conversation. We don't want to worry about that stupid shit. We don't want any drama in our lives. We're dumb. Been there, done that, man. People are just stupid. Just be honest, yeah. Dumb fucks. Okay. All right, guys. Well, unless anyone else has any other questions, I think it's time for us to go on our break. All right, which is it'll be a few minutes here for you to use the restroom, and then we're gonna jump in to this new game, Tormented Souls. I don't know what to expect at all. I hope you guys are excited for something new and different. Me going outside of the realm of known and AAA releases and trying something a little different. Hopefully, it turns out to be good. You know, it's a short game. It's gonna be a few streams, not a big deal, but obviously, I want it to be good and entertaining for you guys. I don't want it to be a dud, and I hope it's not. So, okay. All right, guys. Let's do it. Let's take a break. Everyone, I recommend you grab a drink or a snack or use the restroom yourselves, whatever it is you'd like to do during this break. And when I return from the break, it shall be the premiere of Tormented Souls. Sound good? All right, guys. Thanks. I will see you all in a few.